The heavenly demon is stuck in an astral form and cannot physically affect the world. He might know the ultimate divine arts, but it's useless if they can't physically do anything. As he talks with a subordinate, a black hole opens and sucks the heavenly demon into it, who is unable to resist due to having no actual weight. Meanwhile, on Earth, Hyunsoo wakes up from a nightmare. 2 years prior, portals opened up between the world that connects Earth to an alternate world, and monsters emerged from the portals that rampage all over the world. Humans found out that all of their military weapons were useless against the monsters, but before the monsters could wipe out humanity, people started to awaken abilities of various ranks that allowed them to fight back. With that, S-rank hunters became national-level assets. Most of humanity gained abilities, but a rare 1% remained powerless. Unfortunately for Park Hyunsoo, he lies in that 1%. Hyunsoo's brother, Hyuntae, relies on the money Hyunsoo brings in from being a powerless hunter to pay for his medical bills. When Hyunsoo receives a text that his brother will be discharged from the hospital without proper payment, Hyunsoo prepares to hang himself until a black hole opens up and the heavenly demon is shot out and knocks Hyunsoo over. Not only is he unique in that he can see the heavenly demon, but he can also be physically affected by the heavenly demon. Hyunsoo, confused by the sudden appearance, ends up questioning whether the heavenly demon is a thief or a reaper. After confirming again that he can touch Hyunsoo, the heavenly demon suddenly leaves to see the new world he has ended up in. He tries to touch and talk to others, but nothing happens. Not wanting to see the black hole still open on his wall, Hyunsoo covers it up with paper and tape. Then he gets a call for support in a B-rank gate from B-rank hunter Kim Hak-sung, and the heavenly demon appears again, having been forcibly dragged back by some mysterious force. Hyunsoo sets out the door to get to the gate, but the heavenly demon grabs him and starts to fly him there when he sees how slow Hyunsoo is. Others mistake him for an awakened, as all they can see is him flying through the air, and Hyunsoo has the heavenly demon put him down next to the bus stop so that he can ride the rest of the way. When they get to the mountain with the B-rank portal atop it, Kim Hak-sung gives the order on the party composition to scout the dungeon. As Hyunsoo prepares his equipment, Choi Jung-sung, another B-rank hunter who is known for randomly picking on and physically bullying people, approaches him. Seeming to know that Hyunsoo is afraid of being hit, Jung-sung promises not to hit him and asks who called him. Breaking his promise, Jun-sung hits Hyunsoo on the chest as he leaves. The heavenly demon comments on Jun-sung's trashy personality before he slaps Hyunsoo in the face for being pathetic. They finish their preparations and the group enters the portal and finds an extremely dry land on the other side. One of the supporters finishes figuring out the concept of the portal while they wait, and mentions water, which matches the heavenly demon's comments. Sure enough, mermen ride explosive spouts of water from the ground and attack the group. Hyunsoo's bulletproof vest is ripped apart like a rag when he receives an attack to the chest, and he is just barely saved when the merman's head explodes from the heavenly demon's attack. He may not be able to affect humans, but he proves able to affect monsters. Since he can affect the monsters, they can also see him and the mermen attack. But what could such basic monsters do against one called the heavenly demon? He mows down the mermen with little effort and moves to attack the boss when he realizes he's no longer able to touch them due to the origin key dissipating. Hyunsoo once again comes under attack and barely blocks just to be thrown into the side of a rock. Since the heavenly demon can still physically affect Hyunsoo, he kicks him aside to help him dodge an attack before picking him up and flying him a short distance away as he described the merman's weak points. Then, before he can object, the heavenly demon shoves him towards the merman and instructs him in close-range fighting. With nothing to lose, Hyunsoo follows the heavenly demon's instructions and attacks the monster. Much to his surprise, he succeeds in taking down the merman without even a weapon. Hyunsoo hesitates when it comes to finishing the monster off, but when he remembers everything the monster made him go through, he strengthens his resolve and kills it. The monster finally dead, Hyunsoo receives a message that he exceeded his limits with the help of a strong existence, and awakens the unique ability, listening to instructions. It is not nearly the type of ability Hyunsoo is hoping for. The group decides to retreat, and the group leader asks Hyunsoo to have a talk with him when they get out. They take a moment of silence for the hunters who died before they announce Hyunsoo's awakening to the crowd. Later, while he's going over the equipment and packing things, Jung-sung approaches Hyunsoo again and asks him what his ability is. Rather than tell him and the other hunters that his ability is to listen to instructions, Hyunsoo just tells him to be quiet. Angered by being told to be quiet, Jung-sung tries to hit Hyunsoo, but he backs up after the heavenly demon instructs him to take a step back. Confirming his ability, a system message tells him he successfully listened to instruction, and he will experience a 15% increase in attack power for a limited time. When Jun-sung takes it as a challenge and goes all out against him, Hyunsoo receives instruction from the heavenly demon to use left crouching tiger, right rushing crush. There's no way he would know the technique straight away, but Hyunsoo feels it imprinted on his mind while time slows and he uses the technique to knock him out. Since he took down a bully, the other hunters decide to overlook it. and even the beautiful Yarn acknowledges him. Seeing things looking up for him for once, Hyunsoo falls to his knees and begs the heavenly demon to teach him martial arts. Instead of agreeing to teach him, the heavenly demon says he doesn't want to and doesn't have the time. Arguing against the heavenly demon, Hyunsoo brings up that he isn't able to touch anything anyway, and that he needs to stay alive if the heavenly demon wants a way back. Finally, the heavenly demon agrees to be Hyunsoo's master and has him bow 9 times. Back at Hyunsoo's apartment, they argue about when Hyunsoo is going to clean up the house before attention is brought to the portal still sitting on the wall. The heavenly demon grabs Hyunsoo and drags him into a strange blank place, where he has him sit down and begins to open Hyunsoo's meridian pathways, and cultivation flows so that he can learn martial arts. Unknown to Hyunsoo, the heavenly demon realizes that he possesses a perfect body for martial arts, but was born in an era where martial arts is non-existent. When they leave the portal, Hyunsoo feels much lighter than usual, and even tries jumping, when he ends up with his head in the ceiling while the heavenly demon remarks on having given him some of his internal energy, the seed of the heavenly demon diving art. The process could have killed him, but Hyunsoo wouldn't have been able to learn the heavenly demon's martial arts anyway if he couldn't absorb the energy. The next day, Hyunsoo heads to get his rank evaluated, and the woman behind the counter directs him to the basement level and, in a somewhat odd display, takes a selfie with him. Down in the basement, Hyunsoo sees another hunter having her punching power measured on a target. With a score of 687, the woman is given a B rank by the person in charge of rankings, John Noksu. After a short wait, Noksu greets Hyunsoo and tells him about how everyone already heard about him teaching the bully Jung-sung a lesson, which at least reveals why the receptionist wanted a picture with him. The woman, Han Wool, goes on to take the rest of her tests and briefly meets eyes with Hyunsoo, who panics every time he has contact with an attractive woman. Next, Hyunsoo has to put on a tight-fitting bodysuit for the tests and goes to stand in front of the target he has to punch. He follows the heavenly demon's instructions and feels power surge throughout his body, which he unleashes in a punch, destroying the target and reaching a score of 1120, which places him as an A-rank hunter. In the following tests, he continues to score at a level of an A-rank hunter, pretty much locking in his rank. Before he can be given his rank though, he has to take the most important test, a virtual battle. Hyunsoo's given the chance to eat lunch before the test and enjoys a bowl of noodles that he teases the heavenly demon with before heading to the virtual battleground and seeing the woman from earlier walking out with clear injuries. She passes by and is ushered away so that she can get her member card and rank. Noksu explains the virtual battle room to Hyunsoo when he enters. The virtual battle room is more of a VR setup, where if he's injured by a virtual enemy, the machine will restrict his movements in the same way. The battle room has a total of 10 levels, and since he's at least A rank, Hyunsoo starts from level 4 in the jungle when he's attacked by and easily takes out a monster. Then the true threat shows up in the form of a massive ogre. The heavenly demon tells Hyunsoo to deal with it himself so that he can see what he does. While his kick affects the ogre, it isn't nearly enough to bring it down, and the ogre ends up gripping and squeezing him in his hands. The heavenly demon gives instructions again and has Hyunsoo radiate internal energy throughout his body so that he gains the strength to break through the ogre's hands and finish it off with an explosive knee to the face. When Hyunsoo completes level 4, Noksu gives him a 5-minute break before starting level 5. A-rank hunter Lee Minna enters and comments on Hyunsoo's strength as she prepares to watch level 5. In the frozen forest of level 5, a woman runs to Hyunsoo for help before turning into a winged creature and lifting him into the air. A battle against vampires rages, and Hyunsoo surprises Minna with his unconventional battle stances and martial arts as he clears level 5. Hyunsoo is given a 30-minute break before level 6, though in the end he ends up losing there. On his way to register himself and get his official rank, Hyunsoo finds Minna waiting for him in the elevator. Once again confronted with an attractive woman, Hyunsoo shows clear nervousness, and they enter the association's office to go over the association's contract offer. The contract seems good at first glance, but Hyunsoo doesn't approve of the 10-year period that the contract would lock him into, or the low risk pay if he's required to enter an S-rank portal. Minna inwardly debates how to proceed when a red-haired woman, the S-rank hunter Ha Yurak, kicks down the door and immediately offers more than whatever the association is offering. As the guild leader of Korea's stronger guild, the Red Lions, Yurak can more than back up her words. Yurak and Minna argue over Hyunsoo and debate which group would have better advantages for him when Hyunsoo stands and makes his decision. We cut to the merman portal Hyunsoo awakened in, and the main area of the portal turns out to be an entire sea, with a group of hunters clearing the portal deciding to retreat. Before they can fully escape the portal, their team leader is cut in half by a merman's attack. Back in the association office, Hyunsoo made the decision to see what other guilds might offer him first and left for his apartment. The heavenly demon begins to teach him a new skill in the empty space of the portal, a transcendent rank skill called the heavenly demon dominating stride. To Hyunsoo's knowledge, there are only 5 ranks of skills, and Transcendent isn't among them. If Hyunsoo is to learn the rest of the heavenly demon's martial arts, he must first master the movement technique. Hyunsoo watches in amazement as the heavenly demon proceeds to move impossibly fast, and his soul even appears to leave his body. He then seemingly turns the world upside down with the last part of the movement technique. The next day, the association goes over the stats of the losses in the merman portal and argues about the portal's rank when Manhwa proposes a solution. Hyunsoo faints from his training and later wakes up in his bed. The heavenly demon tells him he needs to build up more internal energy and master the first two parts of the movement technique before anything else. As for Manhwa's solution, she proposes that the association work with external parties, namely Red Lion, to clear portals. Though Hyunsoo is able to make money from his earlier exploits, all of it vanishes when he pays for his brother's hospital bills. Hungry and poor again, Hyunsoo buys ramen from a local shop and leaves the change for his friend who works there, Yoon, who also has to take care of her younger siblings. Back at home, through an odd chance, Hyunsoo and the heavenly demon find out that the heavenly demon is actually able to eat food if Hyunsoo feeds it to him. Unfortunately, the outside world isn't so peaceful. The mermen attack the city itself in flows of water from sewers and fire hydrants as Yoon is on her way home. Hyunsoo is able to circulate energy within the portal and feels refreshed before showing the heavenly demon the outcome of his efforts with the first two stages of the movement technique. Meanwhile, the association panics over the portal break and the mermen attacking the city, and Hyunsoo exits the portal to make more ramen until he turns on the TV and sees the news on the portal break. He realizes the mermen are attacking in the area Yoon lives and runs out, using the movement techniques he learned to get there as quickly as possible. Other hunters try to help where the mermen are and find some success before having to retreat after one is killed. Hyunsoo comes in from above to save them, the impact of his martial arts creating massive waves as he blows away a monster with a single hit. The monster, still not defeated, comes back and attacks, forcing Hyunsoo to use his movement techniques and dodge. Manhwa, on her way to the outbreak, sees Hyunsoo on the news and leaves the car for a faster approach. In his fight against the monster, Hyunsoo is knocked away, and the heavenly demon notices a sorcerer healing the monster. The heavenly demon flies Hyunsoo away as the other hunters save Yoon, and Yurak, the Red Lion guild leader, appears and attacks the large monster. When Hyunsoo sees Yurak fighting the monster, he gets upset and prepares to charge in again, claiming that the monster is his prey. He might still be ready to fight mentally, but his body fails him, and Hyunsoo falls to the floor. Seeing his will to fight, the heavenly demon suggests a way for Hyunsoo to quickly recover and fight again. Yurak battles the giant monster and lures out the sorceress by injuring it. With her new target in her sights, she charges the sorceress and destroys her in a burst of flame, leaving the monster with nobody to heal it. Hyunsoo awakens the heavenly demon body for a limited time with the heavenly demon's help, as Yurak charges at the giant monster and takes one of the beam attacks directly, falling into the water and being knocked out for a moment before waking back up and blowing the surrounding water into steam. Before she can finish the monster off, Hyunsoo appears behind her and tells her to wait. Hyunsoo lets Yurak know he's going to finish the monster, and before she can argue too much, he vanishes in a flash of light to attack the monster with the heavenly demon's martial arts. We hope you enjoyed the story so far. Check out My Master is a Backseat Gamer to find out what happens next.